Today, we're going to talk about finding that perfect substitute for meats in Chinese soups. Hey guys, it's Lisa Tong for thechinesesouplady.com, where we talk about recipes, tips, and tricks to make amazing Chinese soups. If you've not done so already, don't forget to subscribe and get notifications for the latest and greatest. So what is it about replacing meats with other options? There are actually so many other choices out there when you're looking at Chinese ingredients. When I talk about substituting, I literally mean one for one. It's not about adding another highlight or another vegetable to bring out a different flavor. It's trying to hold the same flavor of the soup, but using an alternative to the meat instead. You can go with soy-based products. You can go with nuts or anything in the nut family. Mushrooms or fungi are a favorite of mine. You can also go with more vegetables or certain types of vegetables that have more flavor. And finally, you can just remove meats altogether and keep it at that. The first we're going to talk about are the soy-based products you can use in place of meats. Soy-based substitutes are amazing because they're the vegetarian protein of choice. When you look at what's available, there's so much selection. Keep in mind that you want to be substituting not only in nutritional value, but in taste. This means going with soy-based products that can replicate the taste of meat in Chinese soups. A great start is with miso paste. All you need is 1 to 2 spoonfuls, put it in your soup, and it creates a great flavor in your soup. A second great choice to use soy products in place of meat are these pre-prepared tofu packets. You'll find these in your supermarket in the cold section. The ones that I tend to gravitate to are the ones that are a little more deep fried, have flavor. You'll find some that are spicy, savory, in shapes of balls, squares, everything. The idea is that I use this to replace the flavor of chicken. To prepare the tofu, I use bite-sized portions and then pan fry them on medium heat with a tablespoon of oil and salt. The idea is to create an even more fragrant flavor for the soup. Don't be shy on the salt as well, as soy-based products tend to be lighter on taste. The second we're going to talk about are nuts. I love using nuts in soups because they're super flavorful and easy to use. So for example, chestnuts and peanuts. You can buy them fresh like this and then boil them or just remove the skin or roast them and add them to your soup. Very flavorful, a little rich, dark in flavors, more so than your cashews. So the cashews I also buy like prepared, salted, roasted. These go really great in soups. And then you have prepackaged stuff, which you can also use as well. So for example, I will sometimes open just a package of, these are roasted chestnuts, and drop them in the soup. And finally, the coconut. It's not a nut, it's a fruit. However, I've put it together because it's got the word nut in it. The third we're going to talk about are mushrooms or fungi. Anything in that family works. So this is the aisle where you can find all your mushrooms. Basically, all your dried ingredients exist here. I traditionally didn't come in here until I needed to. Let's go. And as you can see here, we have lots of mushrooms. It's mushroom land. And you wonder, what kind of mushroom? Well, let's look. Here we've got rows and rows and rows of mushrooms. Most of these are the dried versions of your fresh mushrooms that you can find at any Chinese supermarket, such as shiitake mushrooms of all sizes, big, little, even the giant sizes. We've got oyster, matsutake, Chinese, monkey head mushrooms, or any of the long variety of mushrooms as well. The 3 types of mushrooms I keep stocked in my pantry are the ones that release flavor instead of absorb. Shiitake mushrooms are my #1 choice, with oyster mushrooms and the long variety mushrooms to follow. These have their own flavors, a bit nutty, slightly earthy, and savory at the same time. To prepare the mushrooms, soak them in cool water for a few hours or until they have softened. For shiitake mushrooms, I will chop off the stems because they are quite hard. In a tablespoon of hot oil, I will fry the mushrooms on medium to high heat to deliciously brown them. Then you can add it directly to your soup once the water boils. Mushrooms are a great substitute for pork bones in soups with roots, like lotus or arrowroot. The fourth we're going to talk about as a substitute are different types of vegetables to replace meats. Some of my favorite veggies include green radish, carrots, celery, corn and extra corn, lotus roots, and gobo or burdock root. If a normal soup with meat has 2 corn cobs, I would use 3 instead, or throw in a carrot. So the gobo root or the burdock root is a great substitute. It's very nutty, deep, and rich, and all you need are 1 to 2, like this, in your soup to replace meats. And the fifth we're going to talk about is just simple elimination. Some ingredients can hold their own weight and don't always need meat in the soup to hold the flavor profile. Beets, Japanese pumpkin, and burdock root are great examples. And finally, don't forget your Chinese herbs. There's a lot of selection that you can also use in vegetarian soups. The first are these dried big dates. And these are super flavorful and very sweet in soups. I'll add, instead of 3 or 4, maybe 5 or 6 of these in my soup. Secondly, you've also got your dried lonans. So there's a variety of these. Some are darker and some are lighter, but ultimately adding 2 tablespoons of these actually also enhances the flavor of your soup. And then the third are your dried red dates. These are also fantastic in Chinese soups and for vegetarian soups as well. So I'll add maybe about a handful of these as well. I won't add all 3 together at the same time. What I'll do is pick one and add that as the primary addition for the Chinese herb. And there we have it. 5 great subs for meats in Chinese soups. Soy products, nuts, mushrooms, more veggies, or eliminate meats. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. For more recipes and videos, visit us at thechinesesouplady.com. Enjoy and cook on. Oh. Are you watching? Oh. I don't know what to do with this. Oh my god, this coconut is like way too hard. It's not as soft as the coconuts that you find on the internet. What now?
Here's a bad coconut.
I don't know. What do I do?